guys, I'm Jessie, and today we are going to be talking about all of the books that I am excited for in the month of July. July is a super special month because it is my birthday month. My birthday is July 3rd. I am a July baby. And it's just always been such a good time. I love July. I live in Florida, so like July doesn't love me because whoo, it's hot. But I love everything summer and going to the beach, and I'm actually going to the beach in July, so really excited about that. And of course, I'm gonna be bringing books with me, at least one book. I'm only there for like 3 days. And I'm actually going with my only other real life friend who also likes to read. Like, she has a beautiful library in her home that I'm kind of jealous of. Katie, if you're watching this, you know I love you. Like, it has like a fireplace in it and built-in shelves, and I just want to, I'm like, can I just come live in your library? Like, can I just come live there? Thank you, friend. But, so I'm going with her, so I'll probably bring a book, she'll probably bring a book, but I want to talk about all the books that I'm excited that release in July, because there's quite a few really good sounding books that are releasing in the month of July, and some of these are sequels and most of them are not, but you know, I love a good book. All right, we gotta pull up the Goodreads shelves because you know that's where I keep everything. The first one that I'm super excited for is Wings of Shadow by Nikki Palpretto. This is the final book in Crown of Feathers. I loved book 1. Book 2 was even better, so let me have it. Break my heart. Give me book 3. I need to know how this ends. I need to know what happens to my Phoenix Riders. I need to know what happens everywhere. I just need to know what happens because some stuff happened at the end of book 2 that made me kind of like palpitate. So now I'm like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? I need to know. There's so much going on. Like, it sounds so good. I actually ordered the Owl Crate edition of this because I thought it was super pretty. I don't have the pretty Owl Crate edition of 1 or 2, but I didn't care. I wanted the pretty Owl Crate edition of at least the 3rd one. And y'all know, honestly, it doesn't bother me when my editions don't match. I know, am I like even a real booktuber? But like, it doesn't bother me too bad when my editions don't match. Like, look, I buy stuff from thrift books. I've got used, I've got paperbacks mixed with hardbacks, and the only thing I don't like is a mass market paperback. We can chuck that to the side. But I know my 3 books won't match, but you know what? I don't care because it's pretty and I'm gonna love it. So I'm really excited for that one to come out. And the release date is July 13th for that one. The next one that I'm really excited about is Half Sick of Shadows by Laura Sebastian. This is the author that did the Ash Princess series, which I still have to finish. I loved book 1, so I'm excited, but I still gotta finish it. But this is her debut adult fantasy, which I'm excited for. This is a play on the King Arthur legend, and I love the King Arthur legend. I find it fascinating. Look, I don't care if it's basic. You can rewrite it 1700 different times and I will probably read them all. Like, I still enjoy a King Arthur retelling. Like, I love it. Okay? My favorite King Arthur retelling is Monty Python, but you know, that is what it is. But this is kind of like a feminist spin on it, and it says the Lady of Shalott reclaims her story in this bold feminist reimagining of the Arthurian legend from New York Times best-selling author of the Ash Princess series. That's all I need to know. Like, it just sounds so, like, that's all I need to know, right? And this comes out on July 6th. The next one is She Who Became the Sun, and that is by Shelley Parker Chan. This is the first in a series, and I think we're getting it in a book box. I just don't remember which one. Because I get 3 and like they run together in my brain, and I'm pretty sure we're getting this one in one of the 3. Maybe a Luma Crate. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure we're getting this in the book box. But this is pitched as like Mulan meets Song of Achilles. I haven't read Song of Achilles, but I know kind of the story of Achilles, and I know how they've kind of redone it in that. And Mulan is my legit fave Disney princess. Okay, she is my favorite Disney princess forever. Mulan is just my favorite. So I'm very, very excited for this book, and it is expected to release on July 20th, so the end of the month. The next one I'm kind of excited about, not like as excited, but I'm still excited for, and that is Untethered, and this is the second book in the Shielded series. I actually read Shielded as an arc when it came out last year, and this is book 2, but I'm pretty sure this one is following the brother, so it's not actually following like our same exact main characters from book 1. This is following her brother and like what happens after the events of book 1. So that sounds really cool. I always find it really interesting. It can be super hit or miss when you change main characters partway through a series. But I'm excited because he was a character in the first book, so I'm excited to see kind of how that goes. And this is supposed to release on the July 20th as well. The next one that sounds really exciting is Red Wolf, and this is by Rachel Vincent. And this is like a Red Riding Hood retelling, and it sounds really cool. It says, as long as 16-year-old Adele can remember, the village of Oakvale has been surrounded by dark woods. A forest filled with terrible monsters that light cannot penetrate. Like every person who grows up in Oakvale, she has been told to steer clear of the woods unless absolutely necessary. But unlike her neighbors, Adele has a good reason for going in the woods. She is of a long line of guardians, women able to change themselves into wolves who are tasked with the job of protecting the village while never letting any of the villagers know of their existence. But when following her calling means abandoning the person she loves, the future she imagined for herself and her values, she must decide how far she is willing to go to keep her neighbors safe. That sounds really cool, right? Like it's like Red Riding Hood, but like Red Riding Hood is the wolf. Like that sounds cool. And this also comes out on July 20th. That seems to be a really popular date, the 20th. Next, we have Mother of All. This is the third book in the Women's War trilogy, and I actually have the arc for this, but I have to finish book 2 first, which I'm reading right now. But I need to finish book 2, which is called Queen of the Unwanted. I'm really liking it. I have a review for the first book, if you want to go check that out. But this is like the culmination of it, and this is a very dark adult fantasy where it's very, very patriarchal world and some real dark magic. There's trigger warnings for sexual assault and rape just throughout the entire series, so be warned. But it's so good, and I'm really excited to see what happens at the end. This is another series that like people don't talk about, but I feel like they should more. And this also comes out on July 20th, that popular date. Next, we have Assassin's Orbit, and this is by John Appel. This is one that I actually have the arc of as well on NetGalley, so I'll be getting to it very soon. The description is what got me. I'd never heard of it, never heard anyone talking about it, and then I saw it on NetGalley and read the description, and I was like, that sounds hysterical. Golden Girls meets The Expanse with a side of Babylon 5. On the eve of the planet's historic vote to join the Commonwealth, the assassination of government minister threatens to shatter everything. Private investigator Nu and spy Miko join forces with the police chief Tawa to investigate and discover clues that point disturbingly towards a threat humanity thought had escaped. A threat that can destroy their planet and spark an interplanetary war unless the desperate team can work together to solve the mystery. Again, this comes out on July 20th. Why is everything coming out on July 20th? There was like one for the 6th and the rest are like, this comes out on July 20th. This also comes out on July 20th. So all of these come out on July 20th pretty much. But that just sounds really cool. Like, murder, mystery, investigation in space. Obviously we have older characters because the whole Golden Girls aspect. Like, I love Golden Girls. Like, thank you for being a friend. I love the Golden Girls, so I'm excited for this one. Next we have 6 Crimson Cranes by Elizabeth Lim. I also have the arc for this one on NetGalley, so like I'll be getting to all of these hopefully very, very soon. This one sounded really, really cool. It is the first book in a new series. And basically our girl that we're following is like supposed to be getting married, and she kind of like discovers that she has this like forbidden magic, I believe, and her stepmom turns all of her brothers into cranes and basically says if the girl ever like speaks words, she will kill her brothers like for every word spoken. So she's been like silent and she's trying to figure out like how to save her brothers. So that's all I need to know. It sounds really cool, and oh, the cover is pretty. The American cover is pretty. The UK cover is pretty. Like, it's just pretty all around, and I love it. Oh, this one comes out on July 6th. So not a 20th. This is a 6th. So July 6th and 20th seem to be our big book dates in July. So we're gonna get to it. The next one I'm really excited for is What We Devour. And I believe I also have the NetGalley arc for this. Look, y'all don't judge me. I went NetGalley crazy at the beginning of the year and just like requested all the books. So I have a lot of them to get to. Okay. But this one is What We Devour by Lindsay Miller. It doesn't say if it's a series or a standalone, but it doesn't have like a series name next to it, so I'm thinking it's a standalone. This is from the author of Mask of Shadows comes a dark and intricate story of a girl who must tether herself to a violent ruler to save her crumbling world. Yes. She is like forbidden magic. She holds the power of banished gods inside of her. And she has spent her entire life hiding from the world and her past. She's content to just spend out her days as an undertaker in a small town, marry her best friend, and live an unfulfilling life. But when a notoriously bloodthirsty crown prince comes to arrest her betrothed father, he immediately recognizes her for what she is, so she makes a deal. A fair trial for her brother, her betrothed's father, in exchange for her service to the crown. That sounds so cool. I love anything with like forbidden magic and stuff. Like, it just sounds so good. Like, it's forbidden magic. I'm down for it. This also comes out on July 6th. And the final book that I'm excited about that comes out in July is It Ends in Fire by Andrew Schwartz. I hope I said that right. I don't know if I did or not. But I haven't heard really anyone talk about this, but it looks really cool. And it says, Alka is on a mission. Infiltrate the Blackwater Academy, win the great game, burn Wizard Society to the ground. That reminds me a lot of the premise for An Unkindness of Magicians, where she enters a magical competition to win so she can like rip apart the system from the inside. So it gives me those vibes. I really like it. I think this is in more of a magical world as opposed to An Unkindness was in a like a modern New York setting. But I'm very, very excited. It sounds really cool. Again, it just sounds right up my alley. And I really, I don't know too much about the books going into this, especially these videos. I'm just like, they sound cool, they look cool, let's read them. And that one comes out on July 6th as well. So literally everything either comes out on the 6th or the 20th. So this is what we're working with here, guys. We're working with some books that come out on the 6th or the 20th of July. But sounds like there's a lot of good ones, so I'm really, really excited. Alright, thank you guys for hanging out with me. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Let me know if any of these books sound exciting to you, or if there's any other books that you're excited that come out in July. Let me know, because I need to add more to my list. Alright, well, my name is Jessie. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.